this, well, we toured a lot with Thin Walls. It was our third album. And by the end of that campaign, we felt like a well-oiled machine, but not exactly in a very positive way, maybe. It was like we toured for 6 years non-stop or more. And we wanted to take a little creative break. And so we planned some solo projects. And then we went to each other's gigs.
Yeah, where we saw each other perform, and then the urge to get together again started growing. You know, I saw Jinte perform and I was like, you talented motherfucker.
Likewise.
Yeah.
See?
So, yeah, so but it was always the plan to make the fourth album, but like,
yeah.
You know, the solo projects were going quite well, so we wanted to take time for that as well, and then we, you know, we finished that. We went back in the studio, and now we finished our fourth album, which is called Fever.
Well, it was mainly because the solo project is very, I mean, it's way more solitary and personal. That when we came back, we really wanted to emphasize the collective feeling. So
yeah, and if you put a bunch of people, friends together, it creates a kind of energy, and it was kind of light-hearted. Like we were like, hey man, and then, you know, you start joking, and I think we wanted to put emphasis on that energy and feeling on the new record. So it's quite light and joyful, I think, and groovy, and yeah, it's a celebration of, you know, a bunch of people making music together, you know. Yeah, definitely. I mean, but it's hard to pinpoint like what exactly, but I think, you know, you grow as a person, and you broaden your horizon, and then you know, you take that luggage with you. But then, you know, like for the new record, I started writing more like Jay Bernard kind of stuff, and he wrote more like what, so it gets mixed up, and like, and when the album is finished, you can't really tell like who did what, or in the sound or on the songs, or, you know.
Yeah. So. I think because of the solo projects, I mean, there wasn't any pressure for the solo projects and such, so we were very free in our minds to try out whatever we wanted to, and we brought that back with us to Baltzar. I think that was quite important in the process.
I think in the beginning, if we started, we were like the first band who were really focused on finding like our own sound and like production side. We were kind of producer geeks, and like now it's completely changed because everybody's like a self-made producer and makes, you know, music with this laptop. I think for us it was important we wanted to separate ourselves from that and just go back to the roots of being like a more live band and playing and
yeah, we did the other way around. Yeah. Like back then everyone was just rambling on their instruments, and we tried to be the smart kids with the producer techniques and everything, and now everyone's a solo artist with producers and everything, and we tried to be a rambling, we'll try to.
Yeah.
Be
at least, or in their Rolling Stones or something. Yeah.
I think we always are very in love with bass, and like on our first album we already made a decision to put the bass very up front, and I mean, it's a bit 60s influenced, like the dum dum dum, and now we just I don't know, we just pushed it further, because we kind of didn't do that in solo projects, or like in the latest Baltzar album it wasn't as prominent as it is now. I just think we wanted to go back to that.
It's more melodic in a way, but we always had a fetish for like to arrange our music quite minimal, and of course if you find the right bass part, then you don't have to add lots of other stuff anymore, you know, because like all the chord information is embedded in the bass part. So
Yeah, we had a studio where there were some old basses, so we could try it out and like mic them instead of you know, putting the plug in. So it was just pushing that boundary a little bit.
State of excitement, actually, and it could be love induced or something else, but also we think it's like our warmest record. You know, it really hits on the hips, I think, the record, and so we used some African elements as well, and so we thought it's like the record where we raised the temperature, you know, as cold Belgians, and so it and also like the track Fever was a very important track, is the opening line of the record, so we thought like it just makes sense to call it like that.
Yeah, it's about a breakup, but then you have the breakup songs where you like where you took some distance, but it's still like right in the middle of it. So yeah, that's why it's a little bit darker. But it's nice to I mean, you don't always have to be right in a song. You can be an asshole if you want to. So it's a little bit trying to milk that.
I saw Jinte go through the like different phases of the breakup. And you have like the part where you're like, oh, I'm so sad. But you also have like a part where you're like, fuck her. And I'm pretty sure that song comes from that stage.
You don't have to. Yeah, that's what music is for, I think. So yeah.
The fact that we had a break for such a long time makes it quite exciting to go back, you know, on tour. And we did the solo projects, and we that was, you know, we
small clubs.
We scaled it down, and we didn't have roadies and tour buses and all of that,
so
which was kind of cool to keep it fresh. But now we're so fucking happy we're gonna have
so ready to be spoiled again.
Yeah,
but the shows are, I mean, really nice clubs, a little bit bigger than before. So plus we have a new. Patricia left the band, and we have Thijs coming into the band, so it's a whole new feeling, a whole new way we're gonna do it live. I think it's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be real nice. Like we said, we want to be a rambling group now, so that's what we're gonna do now, instead of like being stressed that the show is big and we have to do it right. More trying to make a big celebration out of it.